What if rain fell from the sky, not water, but something sticky and strange, burning the air with its smell, clinging to skin like it wants to stay? That is what happened in Texas, and people were left with one question: was it natural or rain from another world? This is Whisper from History, where forgotten voices rise again. Rain swept across the quiet fields of Texas in the late summer heat, carrying with it something the townspeople had never seen before. Drops fell heavy and strange, leaving streaks on tin roofs and gathering in shallow pools that shimmered with an uncanny sheen. Farmers stepped outside expecting the usual scent of wet soil, yet the air felt different, thick and metallic, as though the sky itself had changed its breath. People stared upward, wondering what kind of storm could paint the land in such an eerie glow. Children were the first to cry out when the rain touched their skin. It felt warm, almost sticky, clinging to their hands like threads of softened resin. Mothers pulled them indoors, wiping their arms with wet cloths, only to find faint stains that refused to wash away. What was this material descending from the Texas sky? News traveled fast along the dirt roads and through the open doors of small stores. Local sheriffs drove from farm to farm, inspecting the strange residue collecting in jars, bottle caps, metal buckets, anything that could hold a sample. Some said the substance looked like melted glass, others swore it resembled jelly. The uncertainty spread faster than the storm itself. By nightfall, lanterns flickered in every home, as families gathered around kitchen tables debating the source of the mysterious rain. Was it debris from aircraft testing on distant military grounds? Was it fallout from a scientific experiment gone wrong? Or was it something older, something that did not belong to human hands? The questions echoed through the warm Texas darkness. The next morning brought a deeper unease. Cattle refused to graze, circling aimlessly, as if sensing a threat buried in the soil. Birds that usually filled the dawn with noise remained silent, perched on fences, with feathers puffed in unease. A local rancher named Hallie Turner knelt beside one of the puddles and whispered, "It is alive, or it wants to be." Her voice trembled as the liquid quivered at her touch. But this was only the beginning. Scientists from nearby universities arrived within days, carrying equipment that hummed and clicked beneath the open sky. They collected samples, tested their weight, their texture, their reaction to heat. None of the readings matched any known substance from nature or industry. Every answer led to another unanswered question. 3 days after the storm, a second rainfall swept through the region. This time the material fell in thicker strands, weaving across barn walls and slipping through porch railings like threads of pale honey. Residents gathered beneath roofs, their fear turning into a tense, silent wonder. What secret was the sky trying to reveal? The truth was far darker than anyone imagined. When the samples were finally examined under powerful microscopy, the researchers found structures that defied explanation. The material was not simply organic, nor entirely synthetic. It carried patterns like the branching of nerves, yet glistened like finely spun metal. One scientist stepped back, whispering, "This is engineered, but not by us." Rumors took hold across the countryside. Some believed the Air Force was testing classified technologies. Others murmured about fragments from something that had burned through the atmosphere before breaking apart above Texas. But what had passed overhead without sound, without light, without warning? Government officials arrived soon, after sealing off certain fields, marking trees with quiet symbols, and instructing townspeople to remain inside during further rainfall. Yet no explanation followed, only clipped words and vague reassurances. The silence felt heavier than the storm clouds. Weeks passed, and the strange materials slowly hardened into brittle flakes, carried away by wind and footsteps. The cattle returned to grazing. Children ran through the fields once more. but a quiet memory remained in every household. A reminder of the day the sky opened and something unknown fell upon Texas. And though life moved forward, the question lingered still. What truly descended from the clouds on that silent summer rain? Maybe it was nothing more than a weather anomaly, maybe it was a scientific accident, or maybe it was something else, something no one has ever been able to explain. On that day the sky laid a secret over Texas, and that secret still drifts through the air, waiting for someone to uncover the truth, or to remain hidden in the dark forever. If this story made you think, then become a part of the channel, because mysteries like these never stop rising here.